A 27-year-old man from Bear, Delaware kidnapped a New Jersey girl that he met on an online gaming platform that's usually aimed at youngsters.
Here in Utah, an Arizona man is facing federal charges for kidnapping a 13-year-old boy he met on Roblox.
The CEO of Roblox wants adults to use the game for dating. On the list of horrible ideas, this has got to be pretty high up there. Roblox is a game primarily used by children.
Roblox is more than just a game. It's a platform that allows users to build and program their own virtual worlds, make new friends, and be just about anything that you can imagine. With over 300 million users active monthly, it is one of the most popular online platforms in the world, especially among children, with over 40% under the age of 13. Founded in 2004 by David Baszucki and the late Eric Castle, Roblox was initially designed as an educational tool to teach children the basics of game development. But despite its reputation as a kids game, millions of adults also use Roblox, not all of them there to play. Some didn't come to Roblox to build, they came to exploit. They targeted games popular with children, disguised themselves as kids, and used in-game roleplay and private messages to manipulate and groom young users. A platform once used to educate and inspire has unfortunately become a gateway for predators. But that's only part of the story. Along the way, Roblox has faced a wave of other problems, from scams and hackings to games promoting real-life violence and content that no child should ever be exposed to. In this video, we'll be diving deep into the dark side of Roblox and uncovering things that most people thankfully don't have to see, but unfortunately far too many have fallen victim to. I'm IvanSteff, and before we get into this, if y'all could leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, it truly would mean a lot. Think of Roblox as YouTube, but for video games. Just how anyone can upload a video, anyone can create a game. But Roblox isn't just a platform for kids to express creativity. It's a booming business model and has become a multi-million-dollar empire. Creators can earn revenue by selling avatar items such as clothing, hats, and faces, by placing brand-sponsored ads in their game, but the most common is in-game purchases that enhance the game's experience. And how players purchase these items is through Robux, the platform's unique digital currency. Players spend Robux in games, developers receive a cut, and they can exchange this currency for real cash. As of today, 28,570 Robux is equivalent to 100 USD. In 2023 alone, Roblox paid out an astonishing $923 million to its creators behind the very games that made the platform a global phenomenon. But like any economy, Roblox has its dark corners where scammers and hackers exploit its young, often unprepared audience. With the rise of AI, it's making scamming a whole lot easier, and with Roblox being a website where over half of its users are kids, people are finding clever ways to take advantage of this.
This method will help you get tons of Robux in Roblox for free. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and follow the steps with me.
One of these ways is by creating fake ads that seamlessly appear right on YouTube as you're scrolling through shorts.
Roblox is giving away 1 million Robux. Yeah, that's right. You can win 1 million Robux.
This ad contains the face and voice of a very popular Roblox YouTuber named Creekcraft, and it sure does look legit, especially to a kid. The fact that it's an actual advertisement, one would think that it's legit, but unfortunately, it's a scam. Whoever created this ad used AI to drive people to download their app and ultimately scam as downloaders. Another way that people scam others is by creating fake live streams, using the faces and voices of popular YouTubers to scam kids into thinking they're getting free Robux.
Watch out for this new Roblox scam. Recently, live streams have been popping up giving massive amounts of Robux away to viewers. Here's the thing though, they're all fake, and a lot of them have been using my voice to scam Roblox players. Listen to this. I'm giving Robux to every single person who types their Roblox username in the chat. They literally AI cloned my voice to scam children, and unfortunately it looks like it's working. Please don't fall for this new scam.
With trusted faces and convincing voices, these AI generated scams blur the lines between real and fake, making it nearly impossible for a child to tell the difference, and unfortunately are tricked.
So I think I've stumbled upon the best Roblox scam I've seen so far, and it involves Roblox tutorials on YouTube, and there are a whole bunch of official looking YouTube videos like how to unlock voice chat on Roblox without an ID. It has 25,000 views. This one here has 92,000 views, and it just keeps on going. There are just so many videos with thousands upon thousands of views and people that have a lot of subscribers, but each one of these videos are malicious. One common thing with all these videos that I've showed you is the link in the description. Every single one, BlocksGuard, 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 BlocksGuard.
Now what is BlocksGuard? Well, a quick Google search and the first website that comes up is scamadvisor.com, giving it a whopping trust score of 1 out of 100. The website is no longer active, but many of of these types of scams are rampant across social media. They essentially ask you for information such as permission to see the text and images copied to your clipboard, which allows a scammer to log into your account and steal your Robux. Now, one of the biggest scams known to Roblox is the fake Hasm scam. Hasm is a very well-known and respected developer who is essentially the Mr. Beast of Roblox. He is extremely generous and has donated millions of Robux to players using his earnings from his game known as Please Donate. But Hasm's success has also made his followers a huge target, with scammers using his name and reputation to deceive others. Scammers would mimic his username, avatar, and game titles to fool players, the most infamous method being through fake dice games that promise Robux rewards. The original dice game was a limited time game created by Hasm which allowed users to roll a die and get free Robux. The game was only up for a limited amount of time and was shut down fairly quickly because Hasm didn't have an unlimited supply of Robux to hand his players. What began as a simple act of generosity soon spiraled into a nightmare, especially for innocent kids who were blinded by their desire for money, having no idea they were being deceived. Once the original game was taken down, scammers began creating copycat games pretending to be Hasm, and they did look legit. But there was a catch. When you roll your die, it asks you to buy the code that will give you the numbers to then redeem your prize.
To reveal the code, there it is. I have to buy it. I have to buy the reveal code. Again, why would I spend Robux to get free Robux? That doesn't make sense. This makes zero sense. Why are kids falling for this?
Now, once you spend Robux, you get the code of which you are supposed to enter on Hasm's Please Donate game. But once you enter the code, this is what happens.
Let's go ahead and let's click redeem and let's see what happens. This code is invalid. Look at that. Invalid. Doesn't work. We just got scammed, ladies and gentlemen. We just got scam.
Now, to an adult player, they might easily be able to tell that this is fishy, but to a kid, they will be blinded by their hunger for the virtual currency, thinking that spending 499 Robux to get 10 codes instantly at 50% off is a great deal. Now, eventually, Roblox cracked down on the copycat games and took them down, but the damage had already been done. Innocent kids were scammed. From shady games to AI-powered impersonations, the world of Roblox scams is constantly evolving, and kids are often the first to fall for it. What's worse is that many of these scams thrive right under Roblox noses, but it's not just scammers bending the rules. Sometimes it's even Roblox itself. Roblox has a code of conduct that governs how players should behave on the platform, designed to protect its significantly young audience from inappropriate content and interaction. But despite this, Roblox has been caught promoting content that directly violates its own rules. The official Roblox TikTok account has over 20 million followers, and on it they post videos promoting the gaming platform, most being fun and family friendly. But this specific video, which became their most viewed TikTok at 80 million views, went against their community standards. Once that video was posted, players were quick to call out the hypocrisy. Under the Roblox community standards, there's a section titled Romantic and Sexual Content, which states that it prohibits content depicting real-world romantic relationships, including romantic or flirtatious gestures or communication between users in a romantic context, and pursuing or soliciting romantic relationships online. And it makes total sense, because on a platform where about 40% of its users are adults and 60% are just kids, e-dating would be a terrible idea, as Roblox would become a predator playground. And not to say that it already isn't, because that's a dark topic of which we will get into later on. But despite these rules, Roblox shared a video showing a player clearly flirting with another user and even asking for their email address, which also goes against the rules as seen under the subsection sharing personal information.
Are you a keyboard? Because you're my type. Are you a bank loan?
No.
But you have my interest.
Can I get your email?
Do you have a map? Because I just got lost in your eyes.
It was good, baby. You like fine wine, you get better over time. I'm trying to wine that.
And this isn't the first time that Roblox promoted online dating. In 2023, the CEO of Roblox, David Baszucki, made a statement saying that in the future, Roblox could envision different types of experiences, like virtual dating for those who are at least 17 years old. And just as recent as this year, in a podcast, David could be heard saying that in the near future, Roblox could see e-dating for those ages 21 plus.
Young people who've gotten disconnected at school, young people going through a mental health crisis, young people who are going through something, finding people on Roblox to connect with. I mean, it sounds gratuitous for me to say it, but parents saying, like, my kid is alive because they found people on Roblox. So I think there's a loneliness epidemic going on in the world. I mean, I'll go out on a limb and I'll say for, like, in quotes, 21 and up, ID verified, opted in Someday we'll have dating on Roblox.
Now I will say that 21 plus is a slight improvement compared to 17 plus, but nonetheless it's a very problematic idea. Roblox is designed and marketed as a kids game, so introducing adult dating would only contradict its core identity, confusing both kids and adults. As it stands, Roblox has a reputation for having a slow, inconsistent, and ineffective moderation system, and even with ID verification, kids have always been able to find ways around it, whether that be using a parent's ID, a fake ID, or simply using another adult's account. So considering their bad moderation system and the ways that kids could easily bypass identification, it would cause a whole new load of problems. Allowing dating would imply that romantic interaction is an acceptable part of the Roblox experience, creating a culture of which kids flirt with other users and pursue romantic relationships. And despite clear rules against it, this type of behavior continues to thrive on Roblox. Games such as this one, made to replicate dating apps like Tinder. I found this one called Hot Hangout and decided to enter the game, and I could not believe my eyes. Within only a few minutes of being in the session, people saying things like ABC for freaky roleplay, only boys, ABC for a freaky roleplay with all me, I will show you, someone asking girls to give him a dance, and others saying things which I can't even say or else this video would get age restricted. I joined another game called Public Shower Simulator, and within 2 minutes I saw 2 users literally doing it on the bed. I didn't even know that was possible on Roblox. I was shocked to see how many of these games exist on Roblox and the amounts of inappropriate messages going on in the chat. And this isn't anything new. While the ones I showed you may seem obviously inappropriate, Roblox has had what can be referred to as a condo epidemic. Condo games are ones that contain explicit and inappropriate content, often hidden behind innocent sounding names to avoid detection. These games were known to slip past Roblox moderation and were often used by predators to meet and groom young players, encouraging them to move the conversation off platform by joining private Discord servers. And as you'll see later on, these games allowed for adult players to easily groom and exploit Roblox's predominantly young demographic. By now, it's clear that Roblox has more problems than most people realize, from shady scams to the platform itself blurring the lines of its own rules. But this next issue takes things even further into territory that's not just inappropriate, but truly disturbing. On Roblox, there are games that don't just contain violence, they recreate mass shootings. A group calling itself Active Shooter Studios has created highly detailed experiences that simulate real-life tragedy. In one game, 2 players are chosen to play as the shooters, dressed exactly like the perpetrators of the event that occurred in Columbine in 1999. In another map based on the tragic events at Uvalde School in 2022, AI-controlled students are programmed to hide under desks when the game starts. Some versions even allow players to dismember victims or end their character's life in a forced finale, turning real-world violence into twisted gameplay. And while Roblox has removed many of these games, developers have found ways to stay ahead, using private paid servers to quietly distribute these maps away from public eyes. Now let me be clear, I have no problem with violent video games. I grew up playing Tekken, Halo, Grand Theft Auto, but the thing is, those games are fictional. No matter how graphic they may be, they exist in worlds that are not real. But this is something entirely different. Reenacting real-life terror attacks from the perspective of the shooter is beyond disturbing. And it doesn't just desensitize, it glorifies these horrific acts and normalizes them as a form of entertainment. One game even goes as far as to contain an image of the perpetrator of the 2019 mosque tragedies in Christchurch, New Zealand. It's difficult to imagine how this kind of content can exist on a platform designed for kids, but it does. These games push boundaries in horrible ways, but as horrifying as they aren't the worst things happening on Roblox. The most dangerous threat isn't digital at all, it's real people. Take James Wesley Berger, for example, a 25-year-old from Texas who used Roblox's voice chat to spew violent threats targeting Christian and Muslim communities. Under the name Crazy Pain, he tried to recruit other Roblox users to help carry out his plans and move the conversation over to Discord, where there is a lot less moderation. The FBI eventually got involved after a player concerned about his threats reported him. When agents raided James's home, they found weapons, extremist materials, and disturbing chats saved on his device. But James wasn't the only one using Roblox to hide dangerous intentions. While his threats were rooted in extremism, others have used the platform's social features to target something much more vulnerable: its child population. Earlier, we talked about the inappropriate games revolving around romance and how they shouldn't have any place on a platform meant for kids. We also discussed how Roblox actively promotes romance, despite this behavior going against its own rules. But the problem goes deeper than just breaking community guidelines. These role-playing games don't just blur boundaries, they create the perfect environment for predators. Within these games, it's becoming easier for adults to initiate private conversations, build trust, and slowly groom young players under the impression they are in a relationship with a kid their own age. What might seem like innocent fun to a child, a virtual date, a flirty message, or a roleplay scenario can quietly evolve into something far more manipulative and dangerous. And by the time a child realizes that something feels off, it's already too late. That's what sadly happened to 13-year-old Evan McConney, who was kidnapped from his home the day after Christmas by 26-year-old Aaron Zeman. Aaron went by the name Hunter Horny Fox, which in itself should raise red flags. He was a member of the furry community and openly identified as a dog. His social media presence, especially on X, was filled with explicit content, far too graphic for me to show. Aaron found Evan on Roblox, where he played several games with him, initiated conversation, and slowly built a relationship over time. Their conversations eventually moved to Discord, where Aaron used private chats, roleplay, and manipulation to build trust. After communicating with one another for some time, Aaron drove for more than 10 hours and over 700 miles to Utah, put Evan in his car, and transported him across state lines back to Nebraska. Thankfully, a gas station worker noticed suspicious behavior and notified police, who found Evan over 24 hours later sitting in a car with Aaron, aka Hunter Horny Fox. What starts as playful roleplay or casual conversation can quickly turn into grooming, and by the time a child realizes that it's not a game anymore, it's often too late. In the first half of 2025, there have been at least 4 confirmed cases of individuals arrested for predatory behavior on Roblox. In April, 27-year-old Matthew Naval was charged after kidnapping a 10-year-old he said he met on a 17-plus Roblox chat room.
He asked me if I wanted to, be more than friends. I was a little bit, hesitant because of, age or whatnot, but I was pretty much encouraged.
Matthew tried to play the victim, claiming that he'd been misled about the girl's age, claiming that she pursued the relationship. It's an excuse we've all heard before, and maybe, just maybe, if their only communication had been through text, that defense could hold some weight. But they spoke over voice chat, and anyone can tell the difference between a grown woman's voice and a child's voice. And that argument completely fell apart the moment authorities found the two of them alone in his car more than 250 miles away from her home.
Naval says he drove hours from his home south of Sacramento to Central California to pick up the girl. On April 13th, police found her with Naval in his car, more than 250 miles away from her home.
So when did you discover she was 10 years old?
Ooh. I would say, because I'm sorry, it sickens me every time I hear that age.
It sickens me how terrible of an actor this guy is. This wasn't a misunderstanding, it was a planned abduction. The list of Roblox predators goes on and on. Over the last 5 years, there have been at least a dozen confirmed cases in which adults use Roblox to groom, exploit, and abduct kids. These incidents are far from isolated and illustrate a growing trend. Roblox's popularity and significantly young user demographic make it a prime hunting ground for predators. Roblox may look like just a harmless kids game, colorful, creative, and packed with endless possibilities. But underneath that playful surface lies something much more complicated. We've seen how scammers use the platform to steal from young users, how developers break Roblox's own rules for attention and profit, how violent games recreate real-life tragedies for shock value, and how predators quietly lurk in roleplay games, chats, and voice chats, using the very tools meant for fun to manipulate and harm. Now, to be clear, Roblox is also an incredible platform. It's a place where friendships are formed, creativity is celebrated, and entire worlds are built by its community. When used correctly, it's one of the most powerful social and educational tools out there. Roblox has created a world where kids can build anything, but with freedom comes responsibility, and right now, there are some serious cracks in the foundation. It's time to start asking tougher questions, because behind the avatars, behind the games, and behind the screen, real people are getting hurt, and we can't ignore it any longer. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, feel free to share this video with a friend or parent who you feel would benefit from watching this. If you like this video, then you might like this one as well, but that's officially gonna do it. So until next time, it's been IvanSteff.